Welcome back. Day 5 of our Pilates March Madness. I'm so glad you're with me. How are you feeling so far? Last 4 classes was a lot of focus on the deep core, flexion exercises, some of those classic kind of Pilates abdominal exercises, and we will continue to work the abdominals, but moving into a little bit more extension today and into some more hips in the coming days as well. So remembering that some of the key principles around Pilates movement involve stabilization of the shoulder girdle, good mobility of the spine in all planes, good connection of the abdominals to support the movement, and good function around the hips, which includes the glutes, the inner thighs, the outer hip muscles, for both stability and mobility. So we can't be strong if we're also stuck, right? We want to feel mobile and have freedom of movement while we're executing something still with strength. So keeping that in mind, we're not trying to build just a stable body, but also a fluid, resilient body that's able to respond to forces and not get injured through the activities that we like to do. So today, working with our spinal extension and core muscles, beginning on all fours, hands and knees. We're going to be looking at a movement called swimming or swimming prep to start today. So once we take our 4 points, you want to set your shoulders up nice and stable on your back. So let's actually begin with a little bit of shoulder movement, mobility of your shoulder blades to find that sense of where your shoulders are. We did a bit of this in our warm-up a few days ago, but I'd like you to let your shoulder blades sink together and then let your shoulder blades widen apart. So I'm not moving my elbows, but I'm allowing my scapula, my shoulder blades, to slide in towards each other and then to slide apart from each other. And you'll feel in your body as you do that a sense of dropping the chest and then widening your upper back. So a sense of movement through the upper spine. So the shoulder blades should be able to slide and glide in these positions. And then finding the balance or the middle of those two positions, as I like to call the Goldilocks principle. So you don't want to be rounded in your upper back to start, nor do you want to be collapsed in the shoulders. So find that in-between place. Think of the alignment of the spine, drawing your chin softly in. Feel the sense of your low abdominals gathered to support your low back. Now we're going to take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, just glide your hips back to begin. And as you inhale, pull forward. Just a little bit of movement between the shoulders and the hips as a little mini warm-up. Exhaling to glide back. Inhaling to pull forward. So the action is pushing the mat away and then pulling the hands towards the knees. Keeping your sitting bones lifted if you can, so not collapsing into your low back, but trying to maintain that nice length and neutral spine. This time we'll come up and pause and then just feel that connection again as we're in our 4 points. Now, we're taking a movement of one arm and opposite leg extension. Notice if you tip or feel shifting into that side. Breathe again here. Exhale, slide the hand and knee down. Inhale to prepare. That preparation sets the shoulders, lengthens the spine, and then exhale as you start your extension. And bring it back down. Now, as you continue with these, sometimes referred to as bird dog, or in Pilates we call it swimming preparation, think of that movement starting from your deep center. Maintain as best you can the stability of the shoulder, of the arm that is on the floor, that foundation of the shoulder nice and snug on the back. And then breathing out as you extend the leg. Can you think of moving from your back muscles of your seat, your glutes, your upper hamstrings, So right up nice and high at the top of the upper leg bone. Let's take a couple more. Might be easier on one side to stay steady, or you might notice your weight shifting forward into the hands. Shift it back in towards your center at the hips and the pelvis. And as you come down out of this last one, we'll just pause there. Nice. Let's take a little stretch. We can let the hips find a small circle here, allowing your pelvis now to press from side to heels to other side and around. Keep your arms long and enjoy that nice stretch in the chest. And then reverse your circle. Let's do 3 the other way. Breathing in, breathing out. Just aware of the collection of your abdominals here. So you're feeling that you've got your stability available to you, right? That sense of knowing where your deep core is, your girdle, and drawing it softly inward. Now come back to your 4 points. Take a moment here. Let's go through a little cat stretch. Press into your feet. Begin to round your pelvis under. Lift up through your rib cage. Let the shoulder blades go nice and wide. Now breathe. Begin to come out from the movement of your pelvis. It's like a little wheel. Pelvis rolls over your legs. And then you reach your heart, your chest forward and up. Breathe here. Begin with the pelvis. So think pubic bone towards your breastbone. Draw those abdominals in. Let the ribs really lift and flex. Push the mat away. Breathe. And then allow your pelvis to roll the other direction, starting there. Then the low back gently extends. The ribs start to roll forward and we come long. One more time. Exhale. Can you feel that idea of your low belly wall really gathering, lifting, arcing? Breathe here. And then extending tail, rippling through, and finding your length again. Wonderful. Let's just open the knees, take a little sit back, and just take a moment here, head down. Breathe here. One more nice deep breath, really lengthening the arms, stretch the arm line. Breathe into the ribs, open the armpits. And then we'll come up. Okay, beautiful. So our second exercise today is called Swan Dive Prep. So we're working with the level 1 version of Swan Dive, which is a full spinal extension. So for our prep, we're just learning to find that upper back extension to prepare us to come into larger ranges of motion. So in this case, we want to feel the shoulder blades are gathering down and in towards our pelvis. It's like a gentle V shape. So the sliding action of the scapula, the shoulder blades, goes down the back and towards your waist. That will help open the chest and give the ribs room to extend gently. Where we don't want the extension to be accentuated from or started from is the neck or the low back. So it's really that upper spine that we need to mobilize. So we come down onto our stomachs. We're going to have the legs extended out behind, slightly turned out, so you can have a strong connection through your legs and your seat. We're going to have the elbows bent beside you, and the tip of your nose starts on the floor. From here, think about those shoulders looping or rolling up away from the mat, and then sliding them down your back towards your hips. Keep your abdominals drawn in. Now, as you inhale, start to lengthen your chest forward with the sensation of the shoulders continuing to loop down your back towards the pelvis. You'll come up to a point that you're not really using your hands, okay? It's the strength from your upper spine, upper back muscles, the extensors. And then we'll just lower back down. Strong legs. Loop the shoulders onto the back, collect your abdominals, here we go. Start to lengthen your chest forward. Notice that if your eyes look too quickly, your neck might feel overextended. The eye line is definitely going forward, but not too high. Breathe again, and then roll back down. One more time. So loop the shoulders onto the back, collect the core, strong legs, and as you continue to encourage the shoulder blades down and back, the chest can go forward and up. Breathe again, and exhale to lower down. Now we're going to come a tiny bit higher if you feel it's available. Just move your hands slightly farther ahead, just a little bit more. Begin the same way we just did. Inhale, prepare, looping those shoulders onto the back. Exhale, start to lengthen heart and chest forward. Keep your legs really strong and reaching behind you. Now you'll get to that point where there's not really any weight on your hands. Take another breath. Now go ahead and press softly into the hands. Continue to loop your shoulders back and down. Use your arms to lift you up into a little higher extension. Breathe, and then pull yourself forward, feeling your spine lengthen all the way back down to the mat. If that felt too compressive, just move your hands farther forward a little bit more. Let's try 2 more of these Swan Dive Preps. Here we go. Loop the shoulders back, collect your core, start to lengthen your breastbone forward. You can feel your chest moving in the direction of the front of your mat. Get to your first point, take another breath. As you exhale, press into the heels of your hands, keep looping those shoulders back and down. Think of going forward and up. Eye line will lift a little higher, breathe. And then as you come down, think of traction. So you're lengthening and pulling all the way back to the floor. Inhale at the bottom, loop those shoulders back, strong legs. Exhale. Start to draw your chest forward. Continue to encourage your shoulder blades down your back. Breathe in here. Exhale, press softly through the heels of the hands. Keep working those shoulder blades down. Keep strength through your glutes, through your legs. Breathe again. And then exhale and lengthen all the way back to the floor. And rest, you can turn one cheek. And when you're ready, you can take a little press back, hips to heels, child's pose, or bring your forehead onto your stacked fists. And we'll take 3 breaths here together, breathing into a nice, full, rounded, shaped back. Allowing a sense of stretch through your back waist. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, and one more time, breathing in and breathing out. And hands can come down in front of you, help yourself to just gently roll back up and release. Well done, fantastic. Those are amazing exercises for your upper back strength and posture. Move through those slowly. Don't force the extension. If you can't go as high as I was, don't worry. Just play with gently increasing that range as you gain more strength in your upper back. I'll see you tomorrow for our next lesson.